Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Whoa, it has been so long since I put out a plant tour video. Oh my gosh. There's so much to do today. There's a lot of new leaves, new plant updates that I want to show you in this video. And so yeah, I hope y'all are ready. Okay, the first plant, and I was shook with this new leaf, Philodendron Billietiae. Girl, it's looking so gorgeous, but I really want to show you how much the roots have grown into the moss pole. Like, I am shocked. Okay, can I like reach over and not like kill any of these plants? Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, Anthurium, please. Oh, it's so pretty, guys. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Okay, I know I've had this plant for a while, so I shouldn't be surprised. And I've had this plant with bigger leaves before when she was more mature, but like, I don't know, it's so nice. Okay, let me actually head over to the sink. Ooh, okay, look, there's one root growing up. Oh yeah, there is another one. Right there, there's two. Okay, so she's going off, but y'all, this is like the perfect stage. You know when there's like new leaves and they're like really like beginning to harden off, they're really shiny and glossy? I don't know if I would use that word. So I got this moss pole from Nursery Tropicals. They're stackable, so I'm just gonna stack another one, add moss, water this plant. She's real dry, y'all. These moss poles obviously come in different sizes, the mini, small, medium, large. This one's a small one. I don't think I have any more small ones. I ordered more, and I actually don't remember if I ordered any small. I don't think I did. Sorry, I'm just like opening the box. My addresses all over the place. We ordered some smalls, y'all. Cute. I got a few smalls, got a few mediums, and then my absolute favorite size. That sounds weird. The large ones. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna grab one of these and I'm just gonna cut the tabs off the bottom, push it through. Guys, happy spring. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe it has, do you know what? Oh my God, I'm so scattered right now. I'm acting brand new again because it's been a while since I filmed one of these videos. Okay, it has been a month since I did a plant tour video and that's a long time, guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed the content in between. You know, my favorites, the Monstera Burley Marks Flame video, and the 2020 looking back video. Those videos take a lot of time and effort to like edit specifically. So I hope everyone's doing well. Weather update. We got some little cute clouds. Look at the clouds, they're cute though. They're not like obstructive and mean. Wow, I love this. Also, if you're in Toronto, y'all, it is so warm today. Oh my God, where's my phone? I'm so scattered. Oh my God, what's that? It's gonna be 25 degrees Celsius. Jeez. And 26 tomorrow with sun? I kind of want to sit in my balcony. Okay, no. I have to do my plant chores. Yeah, this week we're having a wave of like warmth. Next week it's gonna go down to like normal spring temperatures, I guess. But yeah, ultimately I'm just happier that the sun is out for longer. Okay, so I made it. Yeah, I mean, does she need like an extension? I kind of just want to support because the roots are just going up and I just kind of want to support that part of the plant. Clearly she's happy because this leaf is absolutely stunning. Okay, actually guys, I don't have any treated moss. Why are we racing? It's like 8 in the morning. I don't have any treated moss, so we'll revisit you. Let me just water you actually while I have you here. Yeah, guys, I would say the last time I watered this plant was like 4 weeks ago. So moss pole's really dry. I know I should keep on top of keeping it moist. Clearly this philodendron didn't have any issues rooting in it when it was dry. And you'll find with a lot of plants, it's just like that. Like epipremnums, those will root on absolutely everything they touch. Okay, so while that's draining in the sink, let's go back into the plant room. So the sun's coming from the east, just because it's, ooh, there it is. During the colder months, she peeks through here, and then she's blocked again by these buildings, and then closer to like 5, 6, we can see the sun through there. Obviously in the summer months, higher up in the sky, more hours of light. Okay guys, big deal. There's a new leaf on my philodendron mottled Fitzgeraldo. So y'all saw my favorites video. Oh, y'all saw that this was the new leaf. She's now fully green, and then the newest leaf here. Okay, so again, I'm trying to do my best covering the adventitious roots just so they can have high humidity around them and so that they could latch on to the moss pole. So you can see it's hard to tell, but there is one root coming in. Hopefully all of these roots kind of grow into the moss pole. I don't know who's excited. I'm so excited for this one. Gotta reinforce the press and seal with plant tape just because sometimes the press and seal doesn't like stick. And so that's basically what I've been doing with this plant. Just adding press and seal. You could also use cling wrap just to build that root system in the moss pole. You all saw it with the Billietiae, like she's starting to take off now because the roots have latched onto the moss pole. So that's really exciting. There is a new leaf. Honestly, this plant is so fast. There's a new leaf coming already. This leaf just opened. Oh, it's like gold and silver. Like it's, I don't know. I love this plant. I love this plant. Plus you're so unique. Like no one has you. Okay guys, super exciting. Rhaphidophora pertusa. So fast when she's rooted. So, the luck is gonna drop. Look at these 2 leaves. So this is the newest. A single fenestration. Do you hear the luck? Right here and on the one before that, they're like twins. There's literally twins. So that's one plant. The other plant, is growing the other way and she's less mature, so she looks like that right now. Even the newest leaf doesn't really have fenestration. Anyhow, I basically want to guide the stem because you can see the roots going that way. I kind of want to guide the stem and wrap the stem with press and seal. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other one. I think I might just propagate it and just have one pertusa on this moss pole. I'm not sure yet. It's tough because it's already at the edge of the pole. So first I'm doing plant tape. Just to cover this aerial root, I'm just going to put some press and seal. Okay, is that cute? You know, I feel bad because this plant lives on the ground and she's still short. So like she gets really dusty. She lives literally here. There was, and there still is, bleaching on the leaves. So the cause of this is because literally she was sitting like this and you can see that the grow light is almost touching the leaf. So recently I've just rotated her just kind of like that. She's still getting light, but as you can see, the leaves are just here. So exciting. And so I just have my pump here and I'm just gonna spray the moss pole a little bit. She's not totally dry, but she could use a little bit of a spritz. Hey, do we want to do a root check? Oh, over here, guys. So that's cute. Okay, guys, I'm gonna propagate a Hoya. It is my Hoya Latifolia Snow Queen. So she hasn't done a thing. I want to replicate what I did with my Hoya Mathilde, obviously. Y'all have seen the success I've had with the Mathilde Splash. And I mean, the Snow Queen, it worked. Like she was pushing out new leaves, guys, with more splash compared to, you know, the previous leaves. But she hasn't pushed out new leaf in months. I ultimately think that it's lighting. So she is under grow light. However, the grow light is up here. Let's actually do like a meter test because I don't think I've done one yet. So the top leaf is getting like 800 to 1,000 foot candles, and then the bottom leaves are getting like 200 to 500. So low to medium-ish. I've said this before, Hoyas need high light. When it comes to other aeroids, like there's more leeway, but like Hoyas, there's no leeway. Also, again, guys, because I get comments about this all the time, it's not flat mites. I promise you it is not. I check the foliage, I check the stems, and it's not like I check once and I leave it. I check like weekly. And so I've been checking weekly for flat mites, any signs of eggs or anything, nothing. So I still get the question about waiting for my cuttings to callus over. Again, I don't do that ever. I think I stopped doing that like a year or two ago. Yeah, I'm just taking single. Ooh, this kind of hurts, but she hasn't done anything. I'm really hoping at least half of these will keep their splash. Oh, this is hard. Okay, let's just do it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, guys, these are so pretty. These are so, okay. This one's like not that splash. Oh, it's still so pretty. Okay, and then we're gonna continue. The goal is to get a ton of splash. Oop. And these cuttings, oh, I mean, I have no choice. These, oh, look at this. Oh my God. Wow, guys. But look how short the stem is. Okay, and here's the thing, guys. Oh, okay, the trellis just came out. So words right now, very hard. I'm only gonna cut down to this, so that's where I cut. You can see that she's been trying from both sides of the node. The reason why I'm keeping this is because the leaves over here are very splashy compared to the ones that I cut. So just knowing how this plant grows and seeing that these two leaves have a ton of splash, I would expect the rest of the plant to have a ton of splash. I mean, there's a chance the roots are just like not great. No, they're fine. See, the roots are healthy. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to blast this with a grow light. And okay, the perfect spot is gonna be where I kept all those other Hoyas. And I think where the leaves will probably be about 2,000 to 3,000 foot candles. Again, for 14 hours a day. Just push them off to the side. We're gonna put it right there. Yeah, 3,000. 2 to 3,000. And okay, it's a bit loud, sorry guys. I'm boiling my moss. I didn't record it, but she's boiling. She's almost done, I think, 5 more minutes. After deliberation, I've decided that I'm gonna, ooh, it's tough. I'm gonna put it in leca. The reason I'm putting it into leca, in my experience, they grow the best. The foliage looks the healthiest when they're in leca, in my experience. And I think it's because you're just supplying it with like the, oh my God. The nutrients it needs. What was I saying? I know a lot of people have issue with the rooting process of the leca, and these cuttings really need to be wet in order to root. So I just keep the reservoir really high. I make sure it's right under grow lights, and we're just gonna see what happens. It's actually been a while since I propagated Hoyas in leca, so I'm actually very curious to see how this one behaves. Obviously, all Hoyas. I can't even talk. All Hoyas are different. Okay, the cake dowels are back. Are y'all excited? Okay, again, the reason why I do cake dowels is because instead of just putting a trellis right away, the trellis will get in the way when it comes to a grow light, for example. And because I want to blast these with light, the grow light's gonna have to be here if the trellis is there. And the grow light can't get like really close to the cuttings. So by putting the cake dowels in the future, once these cuttings start to grow and vine, that's when she'll ultimately need it. So I just take the cake dowel and I just cut here. And then again, just 2 more. Okay, then we'll add the zip ties. These self-watering pots have slits, so I'm just going to put the zip tie through these. So 1 in place, just cutting the end of the zip tie. And then we're just gonna continue with the other ones. I mean, in the last clip, y'all saw that the wire trellis just kind of like fell out. Like I barely had to touch it. And so this will offer some stability when I end up slotting, whether it's a bamboo or a wire trellis, into these holes. And especially because I'm gonna have 4 points of like where the trellises are gonna go through. Okay. And just for a visual, you just kind of put the wire through the holes. There you go. You know, I've been using these wires for a while. I think I kind of prefer something thicker for bigger leafed Hoyas. So specifically with the Snow Queen, I'm probably going to use a bamboo trellis. I'm just gonna show you an example. So here's a bamboo trellis here. Got this from Amazon. Same idea, just through the holes. I would put a second one over here. Okay, got some leca. Okay, I'm just wetting it a little bit. And then, for some reason, I was like, oh, these will be fine. The leaves are so big, I keep forgetting. I'm gonna try to put 4 in here, because it seems like that's all that can fit. See, it's already, they're all kind of just, they look cute though. They look so cute. Okay, so I'll put those 4 in leca. The other 2, just super short stems, so I'm probably gonna put these ones in pon. We're gonna have to sacrifice a leaf here. I'm sorry. This is always the issue with big leaf Hoyas, and especially when they have super, super short stems. There's a chance it might not work just because the stems are just super short and like they might fall out, but I'm just gonna try not to touch them. This still looks so cute. Oh my God, I don't know why it looks so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just gonna run these over the faucet. Just using plain water. I'm not gonna use nutrient solution for now. And again, I'm putting the water line really high. People usually question this part of, you know, when I propagate Hoyas. But again, guys, you can propagate Hoyas in water. And so how is this any different? Because the stems are shorter, I might go a little higher, like 3/4. So we're really high, guys. And this is just to ensure the leca is wet. It needs to be wet. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right beside where I put the other snow queen, the mother. So these two short ones I'm gonna put into pond, and I think I'll put them in individual cups. Yeah, I'm just gonna put some pond in the cups. I might tie it down. She's still not that stable, but let's do the second one too. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Look at these. Okay, I'm just gonna run water over them. Okay, again, really wet. Like we're like basically at the top when it comes to water level. When you do this with any propagation, lots of light, a ton of light, grow light right here, because obviously if you do this and you have a wet stem, it's just gonna rot. But having, you know, the right lighting, you'll have tons of success. So same with the second one. Okay, so cute. Okay, right under grow light. So I just want to show you, this is the same plant, but like I said, you know, when there's no splashing in the new leaves for a few consecutive leaves, it's not gonna push out any splash. I would still hang on to these just to see, because you never know, but odds are that it won't push out splash. Still beautiful leaves. Look at this. There's some splash there, not that much though. And yeah, new leaves everywhere. Right over there, right over there, over here. So under grow light, she does need to be watered. And I'll put her back. Okay, y'all. Back to the Billietiae. I can't get over this leaf. Okay, so the moss is here, all boiled and sterilized and everything. Okay, let me put a little bit of moss and then I'll put the pole. Alrighty. Who's excited for this one? I'm so excited because now she has support. Because y'all know, when I chopped her, she was big, but she didn't have any support, so I kind of had to chop her. And I don't know, now that she's in pond, like a heavier substrate, and she's secure on a moss pole, I don't know, she might... Oh my god. She might just slay the other contestants. I mean, plants. Hey, how cute. She is going to grow so much, guys. And I'm gonna keep her where she is, so on top of the shelf. Okay, while we have the moss out, let's do, is this another, it is another small one, wow. So she's a little dehydrated. The roots are just taken over again. You could see the ends. The ends are super fresh. Fresh? Healthy. Right over there, guys. They look good. So I'm gonna add a moss pole, add a bit of moss, put some water in the reservoir just because I don't have nutrient solution right now. The pole is extremely dry, so why don't I just run it over the faucet here? Oh. Wow. I need to get more Scindapsus, guys. I really do. They're just beautiful plants. Like, they are so pretty. Okay, Syngonium Wendlandii. Look at this baby. So she's growing really well. You know, she still has a silver stripe, which is what I absolutely love. Moss pole is dry. Reservoir is dry. So let's hydrate this one just like the Scindapsus. Okay, and there are some yellow leaves, so I just want to see if there's any that I can cut off now. And I'm just kind of looking at the stems and just aligning them up against the moss pole here. And just grabbing that press and seal again. Okay, Hoya Mathilde splash. So I'm not going to touch this part. You can see that she's still giving me splashy leaves. The moment she doesn't, I'll probably chop her, but I wanted to address the two tendrils coming from this side that are totally green. So I'm gonna cut these, propagate them, and I'm curious to see if there's going to be another growth point from the mother leaves that will give me some splash. So why don't we do that? Alrighty, I'm just taking a look. Y'all can't see, but I'm cutting right at the base. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. So I decided to cut there because the cutting that it was coming out of were these two leaves. So one green leaf, one half splash, half green. So the growth point was coming from the side of the node where the green leaf is. So I'm hoping that the next new growth will come out of this side instead of this side because this part has silver. Okay guys, and now I'm looking at the other one. Oh, did I break something already? What? Oh, did you see that? It just ripped. Okay. I was trying to look at where it was. So this is the cutting. I'm gonna take single node cuttings from this one, the single node cuttings from this one, and just make a new plant. Oh my god, I don't even know where that came from. Okay, it came from this pairing. So this pairing only had a tiny bit of splash here, so we'll see. Just one more offshoot. Yeah, so we're just left with a super splashy Mathilde, and hopefully we'll see some splash with the newer growth here. You know, for me, the Mathilde, I'm just saying single node cuttings, guys. Mathilde, so fast, so easy. I'm gonna keep that one, that one. And obviously this is just based on my experience, but when you look at fast rooting, fast growing Hoyas, in my opinion, the Mathilde is up there. But I would have to say that the New Guinea Ghost is by far the fastest at rooting and pushing out new growth. So I'm just gonna pot them up in this cup of pond. I'm not sure what I want to do with them. And I don't know if a lot of these are going to survive also. So I guess depending how these do, we'll just go from there. This is the same method I use with my other Mathilde, and y'all know that she is thriving. Again, we're keeping this super wet. Wet, wet, wet. They look adorable, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so right under a grow light they go. Oh hey, good morning. It's a new day. And let's continue with the plant chores. So I'm just gonna water a few of my plants. And then after that, I made a plant chore list. Wild fern style. So here, I know there's only 5. My boyfriend was like making fun of me. They're like, there's only 5 things on this list. I know. I don't know if we're gonna get to all of them. First thing, baby Anthurium update. They're looking so gorge, the 3 of them. Monstera at, ooh, I can't do the second one yet. I don't have moss. Third one, update on Monstera aurea. Okay, I can do that one. Philodendron strawberry shake propagation. There's one strawberry shake in Leca. She's like vining down. I have to cut her, unfortunately. And y'all, the Philodendron Melanochryzum is not doing well. What did I write? What's going on? I know what's going on. So I'm gonna water some plants, then we'll get to that. There's a chance, because I'm so scattered recently, I might not even get to like all these. Anyhow, again, my Anthuriums in pod, they are thirsty. Okay, I was gonna speed through this like a time lapse, but I guess I'll talk about a few of them. Okay, so here we have 2 planters. One is my Anthurium Decipiens and then my Anthurium Regale right over here. We'll start with the Decipiens. You can see that the oldest leaf has been going for a while, but she's not completely like brown or yellow, so I'm gonna keep her. The newest leaf, with the moving and the crashing between these plants, like she's ripped quite a bit. I had a clip, but I don't have it anymore. She was pushing out a new leaf, but she like got stuck. That like half of the leaf was like totally gone, and I just decided to get rid of it, unfortunately. That has been happening with a lot of my Anthuriums, and it's because I didn't keep on top of the watering. The reservoirs dried out a lot, and I didn't realize. So yeah, it's like totally my bad. I'll show you more Anthuriums that are ripped. But anyhow, back to her. You can see that she's totally dry. Oh, oh well. So you could see that I overdid it. And so I'll deal with that later. Okay, we gotta talk about Miss Regale here. Remember in my last video, I talked about there is like a new leaf for new growth. So she's continuing to grow. I'm like so scared now. But do you see this? It's weird because it doesn't really look like a leaf, but it's like coming out. What is that? Anyhow, so that's happening. Again, I don't know if it's because it's warmer. I don't know if it's because there's been more sun through the window since she's only relying on the south-facing window. She's pushing out a lot of adventitious roots, and before they were non-existent. Like I'll show you. Over there, that's new. That's new over there. Do you see that? There's more. Where did they go? It's normal up here because like there's newer growth, but I didn't expect from lower in the stem and then down here, look. Because before this was all bare. So I don't know, I think that's interesting. Fantastic news, because I'm either gonna put like a collar and then put more pon, or I might just do moss. I'm not sure yet. The other option is to air layer basically, and then potentially chop here because there are older nodes. Like you can see there's a node there. So she's dry. Okay, moving on to the neighbor here, my Anthurium Furcatum. She's dry again. I'm not sure if I showed you the new leaf. And look at all this. Do you see how she's slamming against my Regale? Like, stop that. I'm gonna have to get in there. Okay, perf. Her lobes, they're drooping, which is like a sign that it's maturing. I love that. Okay, so she's doing fantastic. And so we're gonna water her. Moving on to my Anthurium Magnificum crossed with Regale here. So this plant is doing the most. Look at her. Okay, from the main stem, she is pushing out a new growth. Now, remember I talked about my new leaves and how there's already some damage because they got stuck a little bit. So there's already a rip there. There's a little bit, oh, it's not focusing. A little bit of a rip right over there. That's gonna get bigger as it grows. But good news, like it's been a while since Anthurium pushed out a new leaf. From that offshoot, remember the offshoot? But the offshoot, this is the older leaf. So like a longer leaf in general, which I thought was interesting. She's pushing out a second leaf, which kind of looks long too. It's gonna be interesting if it continues. So look at the sinus. The sinus looks so weird. It's like a V. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how that one grows. I don't know, the leaves look like really long, and even when this plant was juvenile, like she did have rounder leaves. So yeah, we'll see, guys. Anthurium Veitchii. I'm sad that she's damaged, guys, but the leaf is still beautiful. She's not hardened off yet, but there's like a gigantic tear close to the bottom. Oh, do you see this? So the tear is over there. Do you see it? And again, it's because she was unfurling. She was actually really dry, and you know, I didn't water her for a while. Again, I'm trying to adapt to like summer mode when it comes to taking care of my plants. In the winter, you could just like really just fill up the reservoir, and they don't usually take up that much. But because I think it's been sunnier in here, the temperatures just rose a lot, and so it's been really warm in here. Like 60% humidity and 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Like those numbers are starting to go up. Veitchii has an inflow. I don't know. I don't know if I want that to be a thing, especially because the new leaf has the situation here, but I do need to water a few of my Hoyas under here. There's one in bloom, and this Hoya has only bloomed once before, and so this is very exciting. Okay, so a lot of this up here is light damage. Oh god, it's so hard to show you close. Oh my gosh. Look at these adorable, adorable flowers. Camera's doing a very poor job at focusing. Okay, smell test. I don't know. They're sweet. They're pleasant. Okay, I literally spent like 20 minutes trying to take a picture up close, but if I have the picture up close, just future Kevin put in the picture here. I don't know, they look very like shiny, glossy, and I didn't even tell you what this Hoya is. Okay, it's the Hoya vitellinoides crossed with species UT001. I think the vitellinoides, they have like more of a muted yellow color to the flowers, and then the species UT001 has like these red centers, like usually like a blush pink flower. Or white? I don't know. Anyhow, together they make this flower. Feeling the foliage, she feels a little dehydrated, so I thought I would look at the roots. They're dry actually. They are dry. Okay, so one of my babies, look at her. Okay, the second one beside her. I don't need to do anything with her, but, and I'm gonna jinx it, but I just really want to show you guys because this might not happen again anytime soon. Hoya CV. Kaimuki. I've said this previously where the Archboldiana pink and my Kaimuki, I've had them for like 2-3 years now, and they've never once bloomed or have been close to blooming. So I just miss Kaimuki here doing her thing on the trellises. Do you see this? It's never been this close. It's never, ever, ever, ever been this close. I mean, there's a chance that they'll just dry up and die because that's happened before with these plants. Roots are fantastic. I do need to put a little bit of water in the reservoir. Yeah, again, I don't know if it's because I'm finally giving it more light. Like, she's really close. You can see that the grow light is right up against the leaf. She's getting a ton of light. So maybe it's that, maybe because the temperatures are higher now that it's spring. It's, again, one of my goals to make a few of my Hoyas that haven't bloomed ever to bloom. And so we'll see, guys. And okay, moving to the back part. Look at all these Hoyas. So I'm just gonna water them. Oh, hey, I feel like there's so many cuts. And yes, y'all, it is a new day. It's sorry my voice is a bit lower than usual. I went out last night and then the bar was too loud. I had to yell. So let's look back on the list. I didn't even do anything on the list the last time. Okay, baby Anthurium update. Let's do that. They are absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. The three of them are doing fantastic. Ooh, I'm so excited to show you guys. Okay, the Anthurium that has not given me any issues. The Anthurium Crystallinum crossed with Magnificum. Do you see this leaf? Okay, and I was talking before how the leaf is like so dark. So this is like what it looked like hardened off. This is the newest leaf. Look at this fantastic veining. And she's not fully hardened off yet. But isn't this crazy? I'm so excited. Are y'all excited? I'm gonna repot this because look at those roots, guys. Again, I really want these Anthuriums to get huge and huge fast. So I want to just cover those roots and yeah, just I don't know. Look, it looks so pretty. Are you kidding me? So how wonderful. Newest leaf is much bigger than the previous one. And so I'm just going to transfer her to a slightly bigger pot. I think in my favorites video, there were some roots coming out of the bottom. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to... There's a fungus net. I don't know where it went. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to break those. I'll try not to, but they're going to break. Like, I don't know what the mothers look like, but geez. This is so pretty, guys. Okay, last time I showed this one, the leaf was hardening off and she had like a pink reddish vibe to it. She's now fully hardened off. Look how dark. Seriously? Look at the, I'm just like moving it so y'all can see the bumps. But it is dark. Okay, here's the thing. This damage, I know exactly where it's from. It's from this label. And like, I should have moved it out of the way. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but she was like rubbing when she was hardening off. So that's what that damage is. But are you kidding? Look at this. Will be one of my favorites. I know for a fact. It's gonna be one of my favorite Anthuriums ever. But are you kidding me? That is so beautiful. Remember the previous leaf had a tough time coming out. So I was very, very happy to see this. Can you believe this? This is crazy. There is a new leaf coming and you could see that she's gonna be, you know, out here soon. And so that's her. Okay, and the last one, I'm so happy she's bounced back, because remember, Anthurium Crystallinum Magnificum crossed with Luxurians. Remember she did this? And I was like, this is a one-off. I think before I did show you guys that the roots were fantastic. Wow, she's so fat. She's so fat and cute. Look how fat. So this is a new leaf. It looks so, are you kidding? It looks so pretty. Look at the bumps. I don't know. All three of these are doing fantastic. Okay, so she's not hard enough. I need to be careful. She's almost there, but not like the previous one. I just love how fat she is. And then she has a little tail. Okay, I changed my mind. I think I'm just gonna keep them where they are. I was looking at this planter and I was like, do you know what? I thought it was bigger, but it's pretty much the same size. I don't have like these big ones. I think these are 8.5 inch. I don't have any of those right now, so I'm just gonna have to wait. And so I'm just gonna water them, just putting enough in the reservoir. And maybe I'll add more pond to this one, just so I can cover some of the adventitious roots that are there. And for this one, I'm gonna add a little bit. You can see a root kind of growing and trying. So let's add a little bit of pond. Already some water. And we're all set with this one. Okay, I'm gonna look at the Hoya props. Y'all, they're all doing so well. Still haven't lost any of them. They're doing fantastic. Okay, I'm kind of excited, guys. This is really exciting. Hoya Polyneura. Let's start out with the Polyneuras. This is the Hoya Polyneura Broget. So, tons of healthy growth. This vine is new. I don't know if you can see, but I topped her here for all the props in the boxes of perlite to die for. Look at these. Same thing with this vine. There are 3 sets of new leaves here. These 2 look fantastic. And then this, oh, this one. On average, 2 to 3 sets of leaves per like vine. And then remember I put some props in here because I wanted a fuller plant. So we have one little cutie there, one over here, and then I think there are a few more. Oh, this is one. Whoa, this is growing really fast. I mean, look how pretty. That is, I don't even know. That's so pretty. See, now this plant is flourishing now that I don't have them in those cups. I feel really bad for keeping them in those cups for too long. But wow, did you see those roots? So the Broget is just thriving. And I think before I talked about how the Mathilde and the New Guinea ghosts are fast, the Polyneura is fast, any type of Polyneura. So those are like the 3 Hoyas that I generally recommend if you want like an easy rooter. And yeah, I just can't wait for this to like get really, really big. Okay, wow, okay. So again, same story, Hoya Polyneura outer variegated. Look at these leaves. Ooh, again, super fast. This wasn't here before. Y'all, I can't, and the new leaves are so cute. Are you kidding? So from that main plant, I think she has like 4 vines. And yeah, it's interesting because I think single node cutting that I stuck in here just to get a fuller plant, that's pushing out new growth. So it's this one right here, those 2 leaves. The other ones, like for example, this is a single node that I put in, literally nothing, but the leaves look good, they feel good. Same thing with this one that I'm holding. It's normal. In my experience, I find they don't take that long to push out new growth, so I actually think that's quite interesting that they haven't yet. And there's only a few roots coming out, but she does need to be watered. I think there's a chance I've kept this one more dry, because it doesn't, you can't really tell based on the pot, but I find with these ones, and these are self-watering pots as well, I don't necessarily recommend them. They are incredibly cheap on Amazon, so I still use them. But compared to like the other one I bought from Amazon, the reservoir is a lot bigger. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And so I think the reservoir is just dried out a lot. So maybe in the future, I'll just keep a closer eye on them, on this one. I guess we'll start off with the Hoya Polyneura props. This is wild, like how well they're growing. I'm not gonna show all of them, but like they all have substantial root growth, substantial just foliage growth. Here's the one that, there was only one that I put in moss. I don't know why. I think maybe she was having a hard time staying in the cup just because the leaves are just like really big. So by wrapping the moss, it like secured it okay. And now guys, I don't know if y'all can see the roots. Do you see that? So yeah, here's another one. Again, she started out as that. Look at this growth. Look at that. She looks insanely beautiful. Look at these roots. Are you kidding? Okay, so I'm just gonna water them as I go. I haven't fed these at all, so I haven't used a nutrient solution in weeks. So it's just been water and perlite. And I mean, again, Polyneuras, they're just so easy to root. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I showed you guys. Look at all these. They're all pushing out, well, there's a few that aren't, but the majority of them are pushing out new like growths everywhere. My phone almost smashed all these. Yeah, it's so fascinating when the leaves come out initially, because sometimes when they're under grow light, they look very yellow. Like this one looks extremely like yellow. It might not look that way on camera, but she does. While others, and it might just be the silver and the splashing that's the reason why it looks like that, but I don't know, I find that interesting. Okay, this is gonna take a long time, so maybe I'll talk about something like totally unrelated. How, oh my god, this one is pushing out, because it was just a single cutting. This cutting is so gorgeous. And then she's pushing out 2 separate growths, so that's one. And then the second one is up there. Okay, I'm gonna try to free this one. Okay, oh, Kevin, be careful. Ooh, Kevin, be careful, okay. So cute. Okay, you need to be watered. Hoya Polyneura inner variegated. I mean, if y'all are Hoya lovers, that has been circulating and oh my gosh, it is so pretty. It really kind of reminds me of like the Australis Lisa kind of variegation, but whoa, thousands of dollars, so expensive. So one can only dream of owning that plant one day. I've been avoiding this question a lot because I can't give you a straight answer, guys, but I still get questions about if and when, you know, I plan to sell these cuttings. And, you know, I have gone back and forth a lot, specifically in the past month. I really do feel that I might start locally, like GTA Toronto, just pick up. The whole shipping aspect of it, it's a lot. Like, buying the boxes, buying the packaging, buying like the tape, buying like all that stuff. I'm probably just gonna do local first, and then from there, I don't know. Yeah, for the strawberry shakes too, they're taking longer than I thought to grow. So question mark when it comes to that one. Okay, so the Polyneura tray is all ready to go. Yeah, do you know what, guys? I'm gonna be very honest. Like, when I decided to propagate these Hoyas, and my strawberry shakes, and my Jose Bonos, and my Thai constellations, my intention was to sell them like now. Honestly, when I decided to do that, I kind of forced myself to do it because I felt like that was like the next step of what I had to do with like my plant channel and like, you know, moving forward in my plant journey. I didn't necessarily want to do it, and like, I mean, y'all can tell that I'm still kind of in a mood where I'm just like, oh, it's just such a hassle. It's honestly another stressor on top of everything else, and so yeah, that's just my thought process. I kind of regret telling everyone that that was my plan because honestly I didn't prepare properly. And that's fully my bad. Like, I take full responsibility for just saying things, really, and not following through. Definitely one of the traits that I need to work on, unfortunately. Okay, back you go. Okay, and actually for the other Hoyas, I think I'm gonna film a separate video for Patreon. I'm just gonna show you the update, like the Polyneuras, like the growth update. All need to be watered, so I'm gonna water them in that video as well. So if you're part of my Patreon, it should be going up later this week, I wanna say. Okay, y'all. I gotta take a bagel break. I'm really hungry. Honestly, bagels are the best. Kettlemans, is that just a Canadian thing? I guess they're Montreal style bagels, and I'm gonna say it, just preference wise, Montreal bagels are far superior to New York bagels. I'm sorry. I've tried multiple New York bagels, wasn't a fan. Okay, now we're finally gonna get back to the list. So the fourth thing on the list, which is Philodendron strawberry shake propagation. Again, there's one plant and it's this one. So this one is really just doing her thing. You can see that she's gone that way. Now, when I pulled her off the shelf, I heard a snap and like she snapped right over here. So I'm gonna see if I can just pull it off. Yeah. Do you see how it totally, like, that was attached? Anyhow, let me just cut it. Okay, here she is. Do you know what, guys? It's kind of good because that long plant was sharing the same plant as this one. And you can see that she first started out giving me a green leaf. Then she gave me a super variegated leaf right over here. And then the next one is super variegated. So now the plant can channel all its energy to this growth. I still, and I've done different methods with philodendrons, but I still like propagating in water first, waiting for like an inch or two of root growth, and then putting it in whatever medium I want and just keeping it like extra wet in the beginning. So I think I'm gonna do that here. I'm trying to see, like, I don't even know where I can cut down here. I'm almost wondering too, like, was it ripped already? Because look at this new leaf at the top. What was she even doing? Like, that is like not even a leaf, and the leaves were getting smaller. I don't know if it's because it didn't have support or if like the stem was already broken and I didn't know. Anyhow, we're just gonna chop really quickly. I'm gonna have to lose a few of these leaves, unfortunately. I'm just so scared that I'm gonna like cut myself. So here's a glove. I know for sure I want to cut right here. So let's do that here. I'm probably gonna put this one singular node in moss for now. I just need to concentrate. Ooh, okay. Okay, so this one had a leaf. It was cream, so it dried out, but do you see that node activating? and I'm just keeping those aerial roots. I'm gonna stick this in moss. Oh my gosh, everything is bleeding. Okay, so this is the bottom part. You can see the cream part's already, you know, kind of melted away here. I don't know what I want to do. Oh, okay, well that came off, which means that will come off. And then, like, should I, okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. You know, when you get to like the beginning or like the older parts of the plant, the nodes are so close together that sometimes when you have leaves and petioles there, like, it's kind of hard to see like where to cut. So I think I'm just gonna keep that. Sometimes older parts of the stem also, and you can see here that the aerial roots are like pretty dry. And so sometimes I like keeping more nodes at the bottom just because there's a better chance that it's gonna root. I mean, I have done it before without, you know, doing that, just like having an older node and it rooting. But yeah, we'll just see, guys. Okay, moving on to the top one. Oh my God, look at these. So I'm gonna put them in a cup and I'm just gonna use plain water for now. And again, when I see like substantial root growth, then that's when I'll transfer them into whatever medium. But yeah, it never ends with the strawberry shake. Always gonna make a ton of propagations. And I'm just adding water. So I'm probably gonna put this somewhere bright, probably under grow light. And definitely something I recommend. If you don't, the cuttings will rot, they won't root. Obviously the cutting needs energy from the sun to produce anything and like just to stay alive really. So right under grow light they go. I almost forgot. So with this node, I'm gonna put it in moss, probably put like press and seal or cling wrap just to keep the humidity in. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Again, I did this once, it worked. They're beautiful cuttings, and yeah, I just wanna see if I'll have luck with it again. So we're just doing that. Gonna put some cling wrap and just like that, guys. Okay, y'all, big project. Not really. Ooh, no, Kevin. Okay, sorry, I'm distracted again. This is a plant I haven't talked about a lot. I actually have not like had the best time with it, unfortunately. And y'all, I'm just looking if there's any pests or anything. I don't see any. Okay, none. So. This is the one that I cut down and was essentially where I started with this plant. So I threw my Adansonii in Leca. She grew really weird. I chopped her over here and I fully expected this growth because it was already growing. Oh, but do you know what? This one was like completely white. So it grew a new growth from another node, and that's what this plant is. So she does look a little like uneven when you look at the leaves. Like that was the first leaf. And do you know what? I do have to link part of this to this not getting enough light during the winter months. I only put this back under grow light maybe a month or two ago. And so that might be the reason. Anyhow, she's getting really tall. And so initially I put cake dowels because I knew I was gonna put a moss pole, but just knowing stability wise, like how unstable they are sometimes, like once you add an extension and more moss, I think I might transfer them into one of these bigger ones with Leca. How do we feel? I think we feel okay with that decision. Also, which moss pole do I want to use? Obviously I can't use one that's that like too big. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I really thought that this plant was gonna be super easy for me. And I was just kind of basing that on my experience with just the regular green one. And the reason why she doesn't look the happiest is because I am giving her a ton of light again. Before I wasn't, and I think the plant kind of suffered, like there was a lot of root death. Also, I'm not really giving it a ton of nutrition. I'm changing the nutrient solution every 4 weeks and it's diluted in half of what I usually give like my other plants. So maybe that's the reason why. She is bouncing back though. I mean, the roots look pretty healthy. And so, sorry, I didn't even say that I'm making the moss pole. I'm making the moss pole. And guys, I was so tempted to chop it, but I just can't. I'm really, you know, trying my hardest not to chop a lot of my plants and just let them grow. But like sometimes you just have to. In this case, I clearly don't have to cut her. Okay, I like that. So enough space that it can fit without, you know, being in the way. Some leca. Again, I don't soak and rinse anymore. I just kind of add it. I know people are worried about the dust particles, but let me ask you this, guys. What do you think your plant's roots are doing in like an aeroid mix? There's a ton of dust in aeroid mix. Also the same with pond. The directions for pond don't necessarily say to rinse. And pond has like almost the same or more like dust than leca. When you look at leca and how big the space between each piece of leca is, like the dust aspect is negligible, really. That's my opinion. That really is. I know. In my guide, I said to rinse and soak before, but I've stopped doing that in the past year and I haven't seen a difference. The only reason why I said it is because literally everyone on the internet was saying to do it. I think it's different if you have like an intense hydroponic system with like flowing water. Like sometimes maybe the dust can clog up the pipes, but if it's just in a closed system and you're changing the reservoirs like every like 2 to 4 weeks, like, I don't know. Hot take, guys. Oh, my camera's overheating. Okay, I had to put the shade down because my camera was getting too hot. So these are the new roots. It had a lot more roots in the reservoir, but like I said, they all rotted because I moved them away from a grow light. So my bad. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, there's a root here. I'm gonna have to cut through. Again, it's okay if the roots break, especially if you have like a huge root system, but I do like preserving, as much. Oh, you are stuck on ya. Can we? Oh. Okay, I broke that root system. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add, maybe I should have, oh well, whatever. I'm adding beneficial nematodes again, the pot popper, and then I'm gonna add the moss. This is just to manage any fungus gnat situations. Okay, how do we feel? She's in her new home. Okay, let's add some press and seal. Okay, so I'm just wrapping like the freshest aerial roots. Ugh, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, so now I'm just watering it through. Oh my god, I put hot water by accident. Okay, hopefully like it didn't mind, you know, the hot bath. Here we are. Okay, so I'm gonna move her, and then when I have nutrient solution, I'll just replace the reservoir. She's looking better than, you know, before, but like I really want her to like climb and become the beautiful plant she needs to be. Okay guys, I guess that's it. I don't know, it feels so weird filming plant chores because it's been so long since I've actually done it. And so anyhow, I do plan to do more moving forward. Again, I do have a Patreon, so I want to thank my patrons in my Leca Drop tier and my Strawberry Shake tier, but a very special thanks to those in my Lobster Claw tier, my Burly Marks Flame tier, Marnie McCallum, Gerda, Stephanie McInnes, Kendra Prum, Doug Dickerson, Janice Upton, Crystal, Margot T, Rocio Ramos, Storm McRoy, Corlin Walters, Gina Alexandra, Carlos Holling, Blaine B, Sam Pennypacker, Daniel Wilcox, Casey Gross Hoya, Francesco, Shayna Nelson, Linda Marks, Remy Pabila, Soda Rocks, Danny Alley, Alicia D, Courtney Evans, and Simone Elizabeth. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the very end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!